Yes, okay. So we will start from the first page, so you can read this also. Okay. Now you see, we have started this reaction, that is iron catalyzed reaction. Okay. So now, so if you find there are many reactions in organic chemistry which are catalyzed by iron and iron based catalyst. In this section, we will learn about various types of reactions which are catalyzed by iron based catalysts. These reactions may involve the formation of carbon carbon bond, carbon nitrogen bond, and carbon oxygen bond, and other heteroatoms also. We will see in this lecture how iron can be used for the synthesis of various carbon carbon bond in the different products and carbon heteroatom bond. The first reaction is what? This is a reaction at sp3 carbon. So this is what the starting material. It's a methanol. When you add iron catalyst, you just remember iron catalyst. Don't get uh, confused about this iron. Iron nitrate will be there. Iron any catalyst is there, but iron is the common atom would be in there any catalyst. Okay, iron will be always there. Iron will always be there, whether iron will be in the positive oxidation state or zero oxidation state. But we are discussing only what iron catalyzed reaction. You see, this is a benzylic hydroxy group. This group is replaced by this methoxy group by substitution reaction, and it is catalyzed by iron catalyst. Only 2 mole percentage means 2 mole means very less amount. Very less amount is required, and the
Sir, Farad is waiting.
okay, very less amount is required. Okay, very less amount of the catalyst is required. You should focus on the arrow. You only 2 mole percentage, and this is a catalyst. And what is the meaning of this? 80 degree means heating, and the yield of the product would be 88% is a common yield or average yield. However, the scientist who has worked for this work, he has prepared 13 compound 13 samples, 13 compounds, and yield was varied from 39% to 90%. So whole idea will be there before. So what transformation is taking place here? This OH is being replaced by OMe, methoxy. Fine. So can you tell what product bond is forming here? Carbon heteroatom bond formation takes place. Carbon oxygen bond formation takes place. New carbon oxygen bond. You can think here, or you can think this O and methyl group. So this there is also formation of oxygen and carbon bond. So this is one of the reaction in which we have learned that oxygen heteroatom bond formation takes place. We go for a second reaction. This second reaction is what about the same. It is again same, but see here. You see in this also same benzylic OH is there, and here now we have changed what the nucleophile. This is the beta dicarbonyl or beta ketoester. This will generate the negative charge. We know that will generate the negative charge. Okay, this negative charge will attack at this oxygen, at this carbon at which the oxygen OH is attached, and there is a formation of carbon carbon bond with the removal of OH group. right? Yes. So this, in these two reactions, both are catalyzed by iron catalyst. Here we have, though you it is there iron 3 chloride, we can also use iron nitrate also. Okay. We can also use iron nitrate also. Okay, fine. Go for next reaction. See, this is again, in this we are using how much amount of iron chloride? Only 10 mole percentage. 10 mole percentage means out of 100%, if we are using this 100% starting material, and this 100% starting material, this is a 1:1 ratio, and this is what the only 10 mole percentage ferric chloride. What is the meaning of this? This is what the solvent we are using here. This is a solvent called a dichloromethane. Reflux means we have to heat it above the boiling point of this one, therefore called a reflux. If we are not going above heating, above the temperature or boiling point of this, then it is called as heating. And what is 93%? The yield of the product. For this scheme, the scientists have performed 17 examples, and yield was varied from 65 to 99%. Very excellent yield. And again, it is a very good example of carbon-carbon bond formation. Okay, fine. We go for next example. If you look at this example, you will also find the same idea. Only one point should be remembered: the sp3 carbon, this carbon, or this carbon, this carbon, or this carbon. These carbons should be attached to conjugation. In the above example, this carbon is attached to this benzene ring, right? Yes, this benzene ring, and here this OH is attached to very long conjugation. You can see that. So this OH is very active. This carbon is very active. This carbon is very active, and therefore the OH is replaced by this dicarbonyl, and give a very excellent example of carbon-carbon bond formation. You see, this is the carbon-carbon bond formation. Okay. Similarly, benzylic alcohol, it can act as electrophile. Okay, and just now we have seen in the previous example. And what reaction is taking place? It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. It can be SN1, it can be SN2. If we are changing the some reagent, instead of that what we have taken dicarbonyl, and before that, okay, we have taken example of other precursor, other reagent. By keeping this constant, by keeping this constant, by keeping this constant, just we are changed here benzamide, it is amide. So no, this FeCl3 definitely couple with this oxygen and make this carbon electron, what electron, make this carbon, make this carbon electron deficient. As it becomes electron deficient, this lone pair of nitrogen may attack there and remove OH, and then this H will also lost, and we can say this is a very good example of again carbon heteroatom bond formation. Yes or no? Yes. So iron catalyzed reaction is what? The formation of this carbon and this nitrogen heteroatom bond. This is a heteroatom bond between the nitrogen and the carbon. Fine. And what is the solvent we are using here? Yes. What do you think? What is this solvent? It is what? Nitromethane. This produced in the nitromethane solvent. So solvent can be, it may change from reactant to reactant, reaction to reaction. This is required heating also. Yield is very excellent, up to 98% yields are possible. Okay, 98% yields are possible. You see. So I think you got it. This reaction also. Further, we go for the next another type of precursors, and you see here, by keeping this constant, by keeping the same in all reactions, we are just changing the nucleophile. Better to say nucleophile. In the previous examples, we have seen dicarbonyl, beta ketoester, then benzoamide. And what is here? Yes, what do you think? What is that? It is, what is this? Yes, it is aryl alkyne.
Aryl alkyne.
Yes, it is aryl alkyne. So, is aryl alkyne act as electrophile or nucleophile? It is electron rich or electron deficient? We should know that. It is electron rich or electron deficient. Aryl alkyne is what? It
Electron
is,
rich.
yes, excellent. It is electron rich. Why? Because it contains
Pi
pi,
bonds.
pi bond clouds. There are four pi electrons or two pi bonds. And you see, catalyst remains same without any change. You see here, this is ferric chloride is always there. What is the meaning of 10 to 15 mole percentage? It means that if you are taking this 100%, if you are taking this 100% and this also 100%, okay, this also 100%. So it means that the percentage of catalyst is very less, 10 to 15%. And what is the solvent here? Again, nitromethane. You may perform this example at room temperature. And how many examples have been carried out? Have been done only 17 examples. And you see, so can you tell it is a carbon-carbon bond formation? But you see one more point. Changes are taking place. You see, no doubt this carbon, which is CH, is highly electro nucleophilic. That will attack here. But this condition also provide the this triple bond. This triple bond also changes. This triple bond, which there was a triple bond like this. Okay, this carbon, this is a triple bond. This carbon and this carbon. It was a triple bond. But due to this condition, you see what is this present condition? The triple bond converted to carbonyl. So two things taking place here. The first one is the formation of carbon-carbon bond, and second thing is taking place at alkynes. Okay, means alkyne is going to be converted into ketones. Very famous reaction. So two things takes place here. Two things are taking place. Carbon-carbon bond. What is our aim? That's our aim to understand. But one more thing is taking place, that is conversion of that triple bond into carbon. So this triple bond convert into carbon ketones. Ketones, aryl ketones. Fine. This is the mechanism of this particular reaction. Very easy to understand this. Now see what is there. This we are here. Number one, we are here. We have taken the benzylic alcohol, okay, diphenyl methanol. When you react that diphenyl methanol with the FeCl3, that FeCl3 being a very good Lewis acid, this lone pair will be donated to this and it will form one adduct. This is the adduct type product. Okay. Then what will happen? From this adduct, new molecule of diphenyl methanol attack, which led to the removal of FeCl3 and this OH and H from the second molecule. And this give you like ether. This ether is further very reactive. Again, it will attack at this iron, because iron is what? The iron chloride is the, again, Lewis acid. Again, it will form on adduct. You can see this is the adduct. It is a plausible mechanism. Okay, it is a plausible mechanism. Adduct is adduct. Adduct means addition product. Adduct. Adduct means addition product. Actually, is though it looks like adduct, but it's a very, you can see it's an intermediate also. And then again, like just like here, just like in this case, as like in this case, one molecule attacked, second molecule attacked from this side to this one. So same here. This alkyne, or we can say aryl alkyne, attacks, and again FeCl3, and this group will go out. You can see this group, and that attacks. Therefore, one bond is opened here. When one bond is open, so they automatically this acquire the positive charge. And water is already prepared. Water is already generated. Yes, yes, sir, in the first system. That water attacks there. That water attacks there, and that results in the formation of enol compound that tautomerizes the ketone. So it's a very beautiful mechanism you can observe here. Okay, so you can see. If you have any doubt, you can ask on this point. I will send you all notes, no problem. But you can read this also. You can watch this. The fifth reaction of same type is what? Hydroxybenzylation of phenylacetylene. And now, just same reaction we are going to repeat here, but with the same some change. There we have used diphenyl methanol. Here we are using, yes, one phenyl ethanol. It's a one phenyl ethanol. You should know the name of compound. One phenyl ethanol. One phenyl. This one phenyl ethanol, when reacted with the again same phenylacetylene or alkynes, terminal alkynes, by using the same catalyst with the almost same percentage, and before in the previous example we have taken the some other solvent. Here we are using dichloroethane. Heating is always there, yield is low, and another catalyst we have had added here, that is what the AgSbF6. So 0.45. So another reaction. Okay, just by changing the one one methyl group. That it was a phenyl here. So now it is a methyl. So we have added one more. Means one more reaction is reported. So though this reaction also involves the same FeCl3, yield is very less. Same product is formed. You can see this Fe, which is generated from this one, that will remove OH and form like this. Attacked by this phenylacetylene, you see in a similar fashion, and which is delivery of OH from this FeOH to the same compound. There's a enol that form ketone. So same. Go for next page. This is the same thing. Same reactants are there. We are taken here benzohydrols and terminal alkynes, but direct coupling is reported. Before that, we have used iron chloride, but here we have changed that iron chloride by iron triplet. We will see the reason also. So if you see the previous examples, there such coupling was not possible. There was change which took place in the alkynes, isn't it? Yes. Alkynes become what? In the previous example, alkynes became carbonyl or ketone, but here it remains intact. Only one change occurs, that is a carbon-carbon bond formation takes place between these two reactors. Yes. Fine. See, if you have 5 mole catalyst, but catalyst is what? Iron based but triplet. It is iron based, but it is a triplet catalyst, and therefore, say what could be the change? What was the reason? Reason is very simple. Always remember. This OTF is a very strong electron withdrawing group. Remember, OTF is very strong. Means it's a very strong Lewis acid. When this Lewis acid combined with this benzahydrols or diphenyl methanol, what we have seen in this mechanism, you see, I will show you. इस तरह यहाँ पर हमने देखा है कि water is going to loss, but when we have taken triplet, so this water is always in association with this iron. Means water is not freely available. Okay, water is not freely available. Therefore, जहाँ ये हमने देखा है ना इससे पहले कि water is attacking here, you can see यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? This water is attacking here, and therefore we are getting the ketones. But here That is not possible. That is not possible. Therefore, if we use triplet, so in the presence of triplet, the only carbon-carbon bond formation takes place, and the alkyne's functionality remain intact. Further, by going to next reaction, if we take benzylic alcohol and we react with nitriles, see here. So what will happen? And water, nitriles and water. Okay, so remember the point: nitriles and water. And we know when nitriles react with water in the presence of acid, iron chloride is a very excellent Lewis acid. What will happen there? That's nitrile converted into amide. We should know this. Very famous reaction, basic chemistry. Nitriles on reaction or hydrolysis in the presence of small amount of acid form amide, and amide is there. So it was a third reaction in this lecture, that amide का nitrogen क्या करता है? This amide का nitrogen will attack here and it will form the what? The carbon nitrogen bond. So we should be uh, very much straightforward about it, that what reaction possibilities are there. So hope you understand this, why nitrile is going to change, because this nitrile not remaining intact here. So we thought, "Arey, what has happened here? How it took place? How this happened?" So no need to worry about at all about this. Why? Because nitrile and water mixture and an acidic condition form amide, and that amide act as a nucleophile, and hence it will replace this OH and you will get like this one. If you go for next reaction, if you go for the next reaction, that is what again, uh, benzylic alcohol is always, it will be the constant reactant. Our, because we are discussing the carbon and heteroatom bond formation, carbon carbon bond formation. So see, here we have used here anilines. So we are changing the one reactant. Okay, remember, by maintaining this as a constant. Okay, by maintaining this as a constant. Okay, here as a constant, benzylic alcohol. We are changing this another second partner, that is what the sometime we are going for beta ketyl ester, sometime we are using dicarbonyl, sometime we are using alkyne, sometime we are using amide, sometime we are using nitrile. So you just have a simple approach for that. Here also, what do you think? Again we have changed the substrate. A substrate is not with substrate, this substrate, suppose is a substrate and this is a reagent, or vice versa, no problem, depend on you, whatever you call. If you call this substrate, दूसरा क्या होगा? Reagent होगा. If this is substrate, this will be reagent. So this again the example of carbon and nitrogen formation. Now, but the important point here, catalyst is also changing. It is a iron based only, but it is a iron oxide. Okay. And here the we have used this potassium tertiary butoxide, which acts as a strong base, very strong base. It abstracts the proton from this aniline nitrogen and make this as a nucleophilic in nature, that will attack its carbon and it form like this compound. Further, another catalyst, there's a nickel, copper, and iron based oxide. It is actually it's magnetic in nature. So new catalysts are developed in the market. So we say that how it is how people have developed various catalysts, because of only to implement the green chemistry principles. Green chemistry principle says that there are 12 principles. One of the principles says that you should avoid the maximum usage of catalyst, maximum usage of reactant, and you should implement the atom economy. The minimum side product should be there. A recyclable catalyst should be there. So this is the one of the sort of green chemistry idea use of recyclable catalyst. How? If we impart some magnetic properties in the catalyst, and once after this reaction is completed, we can remove the catalyst, and you can get the reaction. Same reaction is reported here, but catalyst is different. Means this was in this we are losing this catalyst also, because when we are doing the workup, so this catalyst will go in the water. But here, due to the presence of the magnetic property, we just remove it by using some uh, magnet, and again we can further reuse it. So if you see, uh, if we are using second time catalyst, the yield is decreased like this, and up to third, fourth, fifth time, so yield will be very nice. 82% means of the catalyst. Second run, third run means what? Recyclable catalyst. Recycling of catalyst. We have recycled here. Okay, same reaction is there. This reaction involves the formation of carbon and nitrogen bond. You see one more example is here. You see the similar pattern of reaction. Nitrogen is there, NH, and either here this we have a benzylic alcohol. Same carbon nitrogen bond formation taking place, and catalyst is recyclable because of its magnetic nature. Further examples, see now. So this is a very particular examples. Okay, very nice example. You see this you if you see, uh, this is the same condition. You see, except this yield of the product are the same. What we did, we have used this one, and instead of this, we have changed ammonium carbonate. So ammonium carbonate on heating reflux is generate ammonia. This ammonia first attack here and form benzylamine, and that benzylamine react with this benzyl alcohol and form like this. So very simple. Fine. Further reaction, if you go, so you change. We are just changing the one of the reactant. Okay. Another reactant, we are maintaining diphenyl methanol as a constant. We are only changing the second reagent, or second reactant. Now you see here allyl silane. It's a very nice, very many reactions are reported from allyl trimethylsilane. And you should know this trimethylsilane is also a very good nucleophilic in nature. Okay, you see how. See this trimethylsilane, this group, always remember, ये जो group है, this group is act as a very excellent like H plus ion. It act as like this. It act as H plus ion. Means it can be removed from here, and it can leave negative charge on this carbon. Okay, remember. It is just like a oxygen and H bond. So this is a trimethylsilane, or this is a carbon, is oxygen is a carbon. So this bond shift at oxygen. Similarly, this bond, ये जो bond है, that will shift at carbon, and that's why this is a very nice, excellent nucleophile. And when we use 5 mole percent of iron chloride catalyst, room temperature, so that negative charge attacks here, and OH will go with the iron, and you can get like this. Further, so what is this again? Carbon-carbon bond formation. One more example we see here. So this example provide which bond formation is? You see, it is the example of carbon-sulfur bond formation. So it is a carbon heteroatom bond formation. So we are dealing with all types of reactions: carbon-carbon bond formation, carbon-sulfur bond formation, carbon-nitrogen bond formation, carbon-oxygen bond formation. So don't get confused. Very straightforward reactions. Only catalyst is same, and reactants are out of two reactants. One reactants we are changing only to understand, to learn about the wide scope of the catalyst. So now in this reaction, sulfonation taking place. How? So this is what this is sodium toluene. This is called as sulfinate. SO2 means sulfinate. SO3 means sulfonate. The sulfinate. Okay, it is a sulfinate. It is what? It is a sulfinate. So when we are doing the sulfonation of this benzylic group, this carbon, this is our focus. And this touring making this CsP3 carbon activated. So same catalyst. So very same pattern we can observe here. About 15 mole percentage of ferric chloride, here 5 mole percent of ferric chloride, and reflux or room temperature, and just understand the solvents. Solvents is it may change from dichloromethane to sometimes nitromethane, and sometimes different solvents are under use. So what you see, if you think about uh, this is what very nice, excellent nucleophilic moiety. So this negative charge of oxygen will restore at this sulfur, and sulfur itself attack here, and there's removal of OH, and therefore carbon sulfur bond formation takes place. So it is a very important reaction. Okay, here carbon sulfur bond formation is carbon sulfur bond formation. So it's a very important reaction. Okay. Further, the ninth reaction, if you think about carboxamide, so that is found to be a very nice living group when it is combined with the certain uh, reactant or certain moiety. You can see here now carboxamide. Remember. So now, so carboxamide, this is has been explained as a living group. Means what is carboxamide? This is called as carboxamide. This is called as a carboxamide. So now we have changed here. So far we have learned only benzyl alcohol, diphenyl methanol, right? Yes. Now we have changed it. What we have did here? Now we are now maintaining this as a very. It is a nucleophile, right? Isn't it? Yes. It's a nucleophile. Now we are changing here. It was if it is OH directly it will attack and no problem. But here carboxamide is a carboxamide. It also acts as a very nice good living group. Therefore, when these carboxamide are attached to some activated centers, just like here, benzylic carbon, and as well as it's a vinylic also, okay? Because why? It's a benzylic carbon and simultaneously vinylic because of vinyl group. So you should know this. We this is our aim to understand the pattern of or structural skeleton of the molecule. Only then we can explore our ideas. So carboxamide is a living group, just like a OH. Before it was, we have seen in many examples. Now it is a carboxamide. Number one point. Second point, how it is a very good living group because it is attached to activated sites. There is a benzylic carbon or allylic carbon or vinylic carbon. No problem. Now see, this is a vinylic carbon. Okay, here it's a vinylic carbon. Now when the catalyst is same, you see 10 mole percentage of, you see here 10 mole percentage of iron chloride, and nitromethane is a solvent, and room temperature and yield is very excellent, 97%. What will happen? This nucleophile replace this carboxamide group. Whole group will go, and you can see here this group is introduced as a very excellent example of carbon-carbon bond formation. It's just like example of SN2 reaction. Further, if you see here again, carboxamide. Don't get have a very clear cut idea. Carboxamide group will be removed. So this carboxamide group is there, and this is supported with this. So we know, oh, this carbon side, this alpha carbon generate negative charge, and definitely attacks here, and this will group go out, and you can see the product. Fine. You see cyclohexanone alpha position attacks there, and this reaction is catalyzed by the same catalyst ferric chloride, and that means today also if you see ferric chloride, it's available in our laboratory, so you can bring out variety of reactions. If you learn this, you can make your own publication research articles also. You can write paper of your own name. If you see this pattern of reactions, you will find, oh yes, I can do this. It's very easy for me. What I need, only I need the some different type moiety which having the living group. If we succeed to get this idea, living group, you can write the product, no problem. You can write the reactions. Very easy. Fine. Now see. Again further. Carboxyamide is there, living group. This is the carboxyamide is living group now. Okay, fine. And actually this whole group is a carboxamide, so only it is a whole group living group, but and what you say, there is a negative charge here. When this silyl trimethyl silyl group will go, this bond shift at oxygen, therefore a negative charge, it attacks, this attacks here, and this group go out, and same, so you see 10 mole percent catalyst and 10 was another catalyst. Okay, so this is required because maybe based on studies the reaction may not going on well, or to get the very nice yield this reaction is performed and the product is this. So now see, got it. Further reactions, you see, now you change, we are changing from uh, this allyl silane to organosilicon other compounds such as you see the example here. Now that is, now see here what we did, we have used the protected form of alcohol, that is what carboxylate form here. Okay, and it's a benzoic acetate called benzoic acetate. Okay, and the TMS group is attached here. As I said you, TMS means what? Trimethylsilyl. When it leave, it leave here. When it leave, it left with the negative charge on the carbon, and that carbon is become nucleophilic in nature, and hence you can see the. But to bring out this reaction, we require the catalyst, and there is nothing but the 5 mole percent ferrichloride, and some silver trifluoride is also used. DCE means it is a dichloroethane, is a solvent here. Reactions taking place at room temperature, and the yield is also very nice. Okay, now you see. If you see the another uh, reactant is the benzyl trialkyl silyl ether that may also be used here. You see here. If you use this, so here you see the introduction of azide group. Introduction of azide group is, you can see here, introduction of azide group. You see, this is the same benzylic condition. If it would be OH, as I said you before, this trimethyl silyl group act as a what? इससे पहले हमने कहा आपको this act as a H plus ion. Yes or no? Yes. So that is nothing but OH. Oh, you can see this OH. So we got that substrate means this carbon, this position is very active for nucleophilic attack. But what is the nucleophile? Nucleophile is trimethyl silyl azide. I can write this? Trialkyl silyl ether have. So this is a trialkyl silyl ether. It is the ether. It is the ether. See, trimethyl silyl azide. So what is that? So what is TMS? Yes, TMS is equal to what? Yes, anyone? Okay. What is TMS? TMS is trimethyl silyl group. That is nothing but equal to H plus ion. Yes or no? Yes. So when I am saying trimethyl silyl azide, so I can write H azide means N3. So it is a hydroxylic acid. So TMS is nothing but this one. which carry negative positive charge, automatically this azide carry negative charge. Therefore, negative nucleophile that will attack here and will form the carbon nitrogen bond. Very simple. So you got it, all of you? Yes. One more example based on the azidation reaction substitution reaction. So you see, you focus here. The only the this is the our site of reaction, and iron chloride is the catalyst. TMS N3 is the reactant, which is taken 1.5 equivalent, and dichloromethane is the solvent. Room temperature, and you see the product is what carbon nitrogen bond formation here. One more example is given. This OMe is converted to OBN, again excellent leaving group, and same TMS N3 is our reactant which supply the azide group nucleophile, and iron chloride again 30 more percentage, and you can get the same. So similar pattern is observed by having different types of reactants and reactions. Go for the next reaction. If you see this reaction, ferrocenyl methanol, so this will provide the same like a benzylic like situation. How these two rings of ferrocene are aromatic in nature, right? They are aromatic in nature. This ring is aromatic in nature, just like a benzene ring. So if we don't have this one, it's a benzene. Okay, sorry. If we have benzene here, so benzene and CH2OH, there is a benzylic, but here we can use ferrocenyl methanol, means it is also activated. It's a very good for nucleophilic attack. And you see which is nucleophile, good nucleophile here. Sulfur also carry two lone pair, oxygen also carry two lone pair. Sulfur attacked there. Why sulfur is attacked at this carbon? Okay, why sulfur is attacked at this carbon and remove? Why not this O attacked? Yes, what do you think about it? What is your idea about that? No, no, because sulfur is a very good nucleophile compared to OH. The reason is it's less electronegative, because it's a less electronegative, and hence the that is attacked by the sulfur and not by OH. Similarly, so is an example of carbon sulfur bond formation. And here you see what we use. We have used iron based catalyst here. You see we have used an iron based catalyst, and there is a contained iron here. If you change the attacking site, see the attacking reactants and nitrogen, and that will give you carbon nitrogen bond. Similarly, if you take indole, in indole this third position is highly reactive, nucleophilic nature, that will attack here, and you can see. So many examples you can observe, you will find in the literature, and many reports are available. Let's go for next reaction. So again same repetition, carbon carbon bond formation. We know this what this act as H plus, so this negative charge will be there at this carbon. This will attack here, and acid catalyze, and this will go out. Isn't it? Yes, it is there. Fine. Similar here. What do you say? Which group will be introduced now? It is your turn, all of you. Yes, tell this about it. Yes. Anyone? Yes. What do you think for this? Which group will be replacing this one? Yes. Can you tell about it?
Cyanide.
Cyanide group. Very good. This cyanide will attack, and by using this catalyst, and the product is like this. Very simple. Very simple literature. It's very simple. You got it, all of you? Yes. The next part is what about the nucleophilic substitution of allylic CX bond. So far we have just हमने जो discuss किया है, that was only about the uh, nucleophilic substitution was on benzylic OH group. Now this next reaction will be allylic and pro-pyrolytic electrophile. They how they attack on the allylic CX bond we will see in the next lecture. ठीक है? हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में देखेंगे ये अभी